Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing? Today I want to talk about MKBHD and his new wallpaper app, and I want to talk about how the internet has kind of subtly destroyed how we interact with creatives and their artwork around a bunch of different mediums. So let's get right into it, shall we? It's gonna be a fun time. Woo! Hi. Thank you for clicking on the video. My name is Mark Smith Jr. I'm a designer kind of dude. I like creating stuff. But enough about me. Who cares? Let's talk about MKBHD's new app panels. MKBHD, if you don't know, he's a massive tech YouTuber. He's one of the GOATs. He's been here a very long time. Makes high quality content. Reviews a bunch of things from iPhones and Android devices to headphones like the Dysons. There's a bunch of stuff. Maybe spread his content, really love his stuff. But recently, he decided to release a wallpaper app, which I think is dope. I love wallpapers. I've been watching his videos for a long time, and all those wallpapers are really dope, and they look super cool. So he released an app with the goal of taking these wallpapers that people have been wanting for years and putting them into one place and paying the artist for it. Isn't that cool? Anyway, he made the app. He released it. And oh my goodness, do people not like it? They don't like it at all. So we're going to jump into that because I think, in large part, it's kind of stupid. From an artist's perspective, it's kind of stupid. Let's break it down, shall we? Okay, so first let's talk about like what people actually don't like about the app or the controversies. The first controversy is the fact that it's a paid app. I'm going to get into that later in the video because it's a really weird distinction that people make that I don't think people realize they're making. But nevertheless, that is a paid wallpaper app, and it's just a wallpaper app. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the second biggest one is the fact that ads. To download the normal resolution, which I think is 1080 by 1920, I think you have to watch an ad. People don't like that. They don't like that a lot. It used to be 2 ads, but since I made this video, it's down to 1. And ads suck. I do agree. Ads do indeed suck. So people don't like that. That's the second major one. Number 3, the big one. The fact that you have to pay to download the high quality resolution artwork. That seems to be one of the biggest things. I think it's $50 a year to access like 8K. I think it's unlimited downloads. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's $50K or it's $12 a month. And people really don't like that. Like a lot. Like it's the main reason that people don't like the app. I don't understand why, but that's the main reason. That's the main reason. And fourth, the last one is just the fact that, not that it exists, but the fact that like there's no value. This is according to people on the internet. This is not my own thoughts. This is like what I've seen on threads of Twitter. That point, this app has no value. I don't know if I agree with that personally, but it's not making sense in my head. It might to you, but to me it's not. If I'm an artist, it's just not making sense. Okay, so we are going to talk about and most likely like disprove or break down why all of the things I just said about why people don't like this app are really surface level and don't make any sense, or actually kind of stupid. And by kind of, I mean they're really stupid. Okay, let's break it down. Okay, so number one, the fact that the app is paid. I don't know how to say this any clearer. This app is free. This app is $3.99. You don't have to pay any money to use panels. At all. Like to use the app, you don't have to pay money. It's free. Like free. Like $3.99. You have to watch 2 ads. I think I watched 1, so they might have updated. I know originally it was 2, now it's 1. You have to watch 1 ad. Panels is free. Quit saying it's paid. It's not. End of discussion. Okay. Next thing. Ads. Ads suck. I understand it, but ads pay the bills. Artists need ads. The creators need ads to pay the bills. So MKBHD could go into the kindness of his heart and pay these artists out of pocket and just have no ads. And that would be an amazing utopia, but that's just not how businesses work, and it never has been. He needs ads. Watch the ads because they pay the artists, and artists need money to do the things that they love to do. Sure, he takes 50%, but that's understandable because he is he's curating it. Like he is the one taking all of these individual pieces and presenting it to you, the user, who would have never found them otherwise unless random. Like it's like randomly searching them, except for randomly searching them. He gets that 50%. the other artists get that 50%. And again, this app is made to pay artists. So please, please, please watch the ads, because that's how artists get paid, and that's how they keep making stuff that me and you both enjoy. If we were to take the ads out, no one would get paid, and this app would be an absolute disaster. So like if we took this Paradise app and like we put it into practice, right? So there'd be no ads to download standard edition. So it'd just be standard edition and then like the premium and then like the ads when you scroll. That's how no one gets paid. Why? Because then no one would pay for the premium version. They don't want to do it now, so they definitely want to do it when it's free. And then how do the artists get paid? Because there's no money coming in from the ads. He could put more ads on like the homepage, but people would complain about that too. So then how do artists get paid? Again, the function of this app is for artists to get paid. How are they going to do that with no ads? They can't. So please, please, please watch the ads if you can. And these are ethical ones. I promise they're good. I hate ads as much as the next man, but at least they're massive and they have a really fat X button for you to press whenever they're done instead of the weird mobile game ones with a tiny button that like hopes you misclick. These are actually ethical ads. Please watch them. I want artists to get paid. All this stuff is so cool. Oh my god. Okay. Number 3, the fact that you have to pay for 4K images. I'm gonna say this one more time. You have to pay for 4K image. Do you know what the average resolution of a phone screen is? You don't need a 4K image for your phone. Maybe it's just an American thing because like we like having more than what we need. You don't need a 4K image for your phone. Standard resolution is completely fine for most, if not all, smartphones. The same way people can't tell the difference between 60 and 90 hertz on the latest iPhone Basic Edition is the same way that you won't be able to tell the 4K from the 1080p. Because the 1080p is still high resolution because the artwork is curated off of quality from the dude who makes quality content all the time. It's a good wallpaper. Just pay the money, dude. Just pay the artist. Oh my, I'm losing my mind. Okay. Pay the artist. Pay the $12. You don't need 4K. 4K is supposed to be a thing you pay for. No one needs 4K. You want 4K. If you want 4K, you should want to support the artist. So you should want to pay $12 because you don't need 4K for a phone wallpaper. It's cool to have. I love high resolution stuff, but I pay for it. Because I realized that artists took their time and passion to make it, and I realized I want them to continue to make cool stuff for me to look at every day, especially for a phone. I'm looking at my phone constantly. I want the wallpaper to be awesome. I want the wallpaper to be cool. I want the wallpaper to be dope. It can't be dope if the artist can't make money. So, pay the artist. And watch the ads. And pay for the premium version. Wasn't the last one? Oh, last one. Yeah. Value. I'm gonna touch on this briefly because value is like kind of subjective, and quite frankly, I can't really like judge anyone for complaining about the value. It's a wallpaper app. At the end of the day, if you like them, you'll find a lot of value in this one. Especially because for a premium, I think it's unlimited downloads. So like you can. Yeah, like there's a lot of value in here. If you don't like wallpapers, it's probably not. Like if it's just a dude who just Googles whatever you want and downloads it, probably not a lot of value. I still think it's a ton of value because the images are high quality and they're like kind of unique and they're like really stylized. So I think it's high quality but high value. But if you don't, then you don't. But I don't think that's why people are saying this app has like no value. I think people are saying this app has no value. Because the internet has ruined how we interact with artists and their work, and I blame Spotify. It all comes back to Spotify. So am I really going to talk about Spotify and somehow link that to how people refuse to pay for panels? Yes. How? Let's get into it. So Spotify, and not just Spotify, but a lot of platforms. I'm using Spotify because that's what I'm most familiar with. Spotify did a thing where they were like, hey, you can pay a small amount of money to have unlimited access to a bunch of things that artists create. And I want to keep saying artists because artist creations, because that's what they are. They are creations made by people who are putting their blood, sweat, and tears into this. Some are doing it lazily, yes, but others are like actually putting in the work to make these things as best as possible. So you could pay a small amount of money to get that. That is a bad deal for both parties. Like it started off good when it was like $5, $6, $7 a month, but now it's like $12, and so not only is it more money for the person using it, but also the artists still don't get paid. Spotify pays like $0.003 per stream, and they're trying to make it lower, and they keep trying to axe artists and not pay them. So not only do you have to pay a higher price, but they don't get paid. The people creating the thing that you enjoy don't get paid. And that sucks, because then if they don't get paid, they're de-incentivized to make things that are cool. And then if they don't make things that are cool, you don't have things that are cool. And the cycle continues. And I find it weird that when it comes to this Panels app, people are so hesitant to pay for it when it is objectively a good deal. Especially when it comes to like other wallpaper apps. I downloaded the second most used wallpaper app. At least I think it was. It had like 4 point something stars. And footage might be somewhere of me using it. But they charged not even money. I think you could use money for it. But in the way their app was credits, you had a credit system, right? And you started with 5. But to get any of the premium wallpapers, you had to use 11. Now, to get the premium wallpapers, you had to watch a 1-minute ad. And you got 1. So you'd have to watch 6 minutes worth of ads to get 1 premium wallpaper. I reverse image searched it, and they don't come from like the internet, so they might be actually like premium, like personalized. But I want to know that because the artists aren't linked, none of the social media are linked, and there's no outward speaking of if they pay their artists anything for the things that they have, and that worries me because this app is so highly praised, and yet not only does it not pay artists, it doesn't even link them. So you're just downloading stuff and not giving any support to the artist. And that's a weird thing for me. I understand it. As a kid, I used to be the kid who would hit like right-click save image as and use any image I wanted as a wallpaper. And trust me, there's some artists who do put their wallpapers out, and like their designs out for free for you to download. And those are awesome people. But doing that is not them charging you the value for that piece. It's them wanting you to have it. And know that them wanting you to have it is different than you supporting them in paying what you're supposed to pay them. Okay, I think that we have gotten like used to things being free and not realize that things being free are paid by someone else. And MKBHD could like pay these artists out of his pocket, but that's just not good business. Like I said earlier, I think that we just forgot what goes into making art, and that saddens me a bit. It saddens me that we don't want to like pay that and move it forward. And I'm saying like MKBHD is the bastion for this. This is more just like me adding on top of it. But the reason I made this video was because I saw a comment on the App Store and it was of someone saying that they want to support the artist, but they can't justify paying $12 a month for a wallpaper app. You're not paying for the app. You're paying for the images in the app, and those images were made by people who have dedicated their lives, maybe not even their entire life, but dedicated a significant amount of time to their hobby. And it was curated, which means that MKBHD and his team looked at those photos and they said these are high enough quality that he uses them in his videos, and that you should have them. And that's what you're paying for. You're not paying for a wallpaper app. You're paying for people's work. You're paying for people's art that they poured their soul into. And sir, people can make lazy art. I'm not saying that. We all get the meme of the fine art dude who just throws paint on the canvas and hands it up. But we're not talking about paying $2,000, $4,000, $5,000. We are talking about paying $12 a month for the artist who gets 50% of that. And that's still not enough. Like, when you break it down, that's still not enough. Like, sure, like, they make some money, but they should be charged more. And I know that because if you ever try to license a professional photograph, it costs so much money. So much money. Because they know what it's worth. There's a new platform called Stills where they, like, license out high-end photography. They charge a minimum $200 a photo. For one. $200. Painless is giving you unlimited downloads to a bunch of wallpapers for $12 a month or $50 a year, and you get multiple. That is a steal. Any other place, that's a steal. That is, you would buy that immediately. But because it's a wallpaper app, people don't want to buy it. And I have to ask the question, why? Like, like why. I understand that some people. I'm gonna switch it to music, because this is more applicable. I understand that for some people, like you can't buy everything you want. If I had to buy every song, every album, I wouldn't be listening to a lot of artists that I listen to now. But with that being said, there are also things you can do to go out of your way to support the artist above what the bare minimum is in you downloading the streaming service. Like when I can, I try to buy vinyls. Vinyls can range anywhere from $20 to $100 to $150. But I understand that I am getting that for a steal because most albums are created months, years of someone in a studio perfecting their craft, giving you 10 to 12 songs that they have labored over, and you're getting that for $20. And not only are you not getting MP3 files, you're getting that in a pressed vinyl that you can maintain and have for as long as time comes. That's a steal, dude. Any other industry, that's a steal. Where you get that much work and passion for that amount, that is an insane steal. And some people will still look at a vinyl and go, I don't want to pay $25. And that frightens me, because what's the price, right? Like what's the price? What's the price? And we'll swing back to panels. What would be the price for you to pay for panels? Like if you're not, like if you hate ads that much and you're not gonna watch them, I'm gonna watch them. Just again, I make my own wallpapers. I illustrate, so I make my own. But if I were to get back into it, I'd probably watch the advert that I want to support. But if you were to buy the beam, what would the price be? Would it be $10? Would it be $8? Would it be 4? Would it be 2? If it was anything lower than 12 is already kind of too low when you think about it. But if anything lower than 12, I want you to think about telling that artist that you bought that for that their work is to you worth less than $4, or $6, or $8. I don't think a lot of people could do it. And again, I'm guilty of this. I have YouTube Music. Like I am guilty of this. I am guilty of taking a streaming service and not fully supporting the artist in a way that they should be supported. I understand that. And I'm not coming at this of a more high ground of like, oh, well, you need to like abandon like X, Y, and Z. But I do just want to put into context that this is not a wallpaper app. This is a curation of high-skill artists, of high-end work that you are getting for $12 to $50 a month. And that goes for like any platform that has to do with artists. That goes for SoundCloud, Apple Music. This is a platform where you are receiving high quality stuff for less than it's worth. And I feel like we've lost like the realization of that. And seeing this Panthers controversy, it's really sad to me. Like I said, like it's really sad to me. I'm like, what is people's threshold for paying an artist? And I understand it's like an uncomfortable conversation to have, because we haven't been doing it as a society for a very long time. You can see that in like NFTs, and I hate NFTs, but NFTs, the whole like just right click here, save image as. Like that concept of why pay for it when I can just take it is very prevalent. I just want to know like why. And that might be like a bigger concept that's outside the scope of this video. And I'm sorry if this video has like become like downer. But at the end of the day, I do just want to like press home that like the controversy with Panos confuses me, not because it's like a badly made app, or not because of like it's like a YouTuber that people like might want to see fail, or not because it's like a really like buggy or messy app. The reason I wanted to talk about this is because I've never seen so many people on the same page of like, I shouldn't have to pay for a high quality thing. And that, I just wonder how we got here, dude. Because again, 4K, like, you can't even tell the difference on a 4K image on your screen. Like 4K is, especially on a phone screen because it's so small, you really can't tell the difference unless you're picture peeping. So you don't need it, but to feel like because you have to pay money to get it, and because you have to watch ads to get standard, that to come away with that thinking it's a paid application and that it's not worth it to pay the artist is insane to me. I think at the end of the day, the reason this flopped so much is because people got too attached to it being a wallpaper app and didn't think about the reason that it was made, which was to take work from artists and curate it and show it to the public of the like 15 million sub YouTube channel that is MKBHD. The goal was to get artists paid. And if MKBHD somehow finds this video, or like anyone, please continue to pay your artists. If it comes out that you don't pay your artists, you should all jump off a building in Minecraft. They are not exempt from criticism. I understand certain criticisms, like the UI or like I understand certain criticisms of like maybe the app being buggy, but to criticize the app for simply charging you for things that are high quality is something that would never escape me. And if I had to end this video a certain way, it'd be simply whenever you're using anything art related, try to think about what goes into it before you determine if it's worth that value. That all being said, please download the Panels app. It's really cool. All the artists there are super cool. And some artists, that's the only place you can actually get their work. Like, I love David DeMille. I want to get one of his wallpapers back. He takes amazing landscape photography. Some of his stuff you can only really get in like desktop landscape mode. But here I can get it in phone mode, and I think that's kind of sweet. So go support the app. Don't listen to people on the internet; they're stupid. And at the end of the day, support artists any way you can. Again, I know this video might come up for granted, but like truly support artists in any way you can. If it's only through Spotify because you don't have the monetary funds, that's fine. But every once in a while, if you can, buy a vinyl, buy a poster, buy a T-shirt. Every once in a while, it goes a long way. And it supports artists so that they can continue to make things that you continue to enjoy. With that being said, I have been recording this video for a very long time. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Maybe new videos in the future. I don't know. This YouTube is a new thing to me, and I don't know what kind of videos I want to do. So if you have comments, feedback, anything, put it in the thing below in the comments. I would tell you to subscribe, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep this channel alive. But anyway, have a good one. Support artists when you can, and peace.